25, 45, feeling like a Mordecai. I ain't regular, feel like Jordan wearing
you can't hear
45.
me?
Traumatized, victimized, seen some of die. Knock you off a base with a bat when the slide. Homicide, genocide, televised, emphasize, perpetuating war to that nigga. He can pick a side. Hood ties from hood life, now nigga doing
Loudish.
don't run into the cops, that's the
Yeah, that's the intro.
Don't run into the cops, that's the motto. I don't see it coming to an end like Delgado. Get chipped like staccato, send a wave through the hood, now it sounding like vibrato. Why you eat bread with avocado? We be trying to dodge shells before it landing our tomato. Singing all my sorrows on Apollo, I've been trying to pave the way, but they didn't tell me it was
It's the Between Two Wrenches podcast, Jeep Beach edition, JB23. We up in here, we up in this business.
Hold on.
We're broadcasting from the inside of the Max Bilt Gladiator. How is everybody doing?
Fantastic. We are on scene. You can't get any more on scene than this.
Phil Norvold, El Presidente, El Jefe, El Guapo, for those of you who want to go old school. Mark Ostman in the house. Radish Shipping Department, King. Vinyl by design.
It ships.
It does. I've seen it happen before. It's amazing.
And even if it doesn't fit, it still ships.
It still ships.
There's a will, there's a way.
Somebody else is responsibility. But we are at Jeep Beach recording this podcast on day one of the main event, but we've been here since Saturday. Arrived for the welcome party.
Long time.
I know. We should have done this podcast on Saturday and then compared it to what it sounds like a week later.
Yeah. We're still fresh.
A little groggily. But it's been awesome to be a part of not only the welcome, but all the other festivities going on throughout the week here at Jeep Beach, and to see the progression of Saturday. Not that it was slow, but you could tell it was the hardcore and locals were out on Saturday, and then all of a sudden it just ramps up to get to the main event. And last night, great event at the Ormond Garage.
Yeah, hanging out with the Bruiser Conversions
Bruiser
boys.
Conversions crew, and saw our Moto Built fans, and hung out with the Mickey Thompson guys, and also Carnage Off-Road was there. A bunch of buddies we ran into and got to. It's cool to be able to do some face-to-face stuff. Yeah, the Rebel crew was there too, but do that face-to-face stuff. Obviously, we follow all these brands and have a chance to have phone conversations with them and stuff, but to be able to press palms and talk shop and talk about all the things that are going on with Jeep and what the future looks like. A really cool event last night to kind of, I think, really launch this thing into the festivities that are taking place today.
I'd say last night definitely made it feel more like the Jeep Beach, and so obviously there's a big business-to-business part. We've been working together. Like I was thinking last night, I've been going to those parties for almost 20 years now. And there's a lot of the same guys. There's a lot of the same crew. And it's like there's not only is the Jeep culture and our customers that we live the lifestyle and are, so ingrained with, but there's the business side. I mean, we're a family there too. It's kind of the friendships, they run pretty deep. And it was good to see everybody, for sure.
And we've had a lot of chance. I mean, we've had, like people like Dennis Wood on the podcast and our buddy Brooke from Revolution Gear and Axle, who we also ran into their crew last night.
Yeah.
We've had them on the show talking about kind of it's a Jeep thing, why that truly rings true. It is a lifestyle. And to be able to kind of grow that network of people who are like, yeah, and here's my story from the road, and here's what went wrong in my adventures to get down to Jeep Beach. Here's what fell off on the road somewhere in Tennessee. So that was a cool aspect of it. But today, again, we are here at the main event inside of Daytona International Speedway, which, by the way, is massive.
Oh, it's
to say the least.
Yeah, there's a lake in the infield.
Yeah.
And not from the storm last night.
Right.
A little bit of storm damage, but that's Florida.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it was definitely one of those. We slowly made our way through the whole grounds to get to the booth this morning because we scrambled to be here by 7, wanted to make sure that we had everything set up because we've done a lot of these shows too, and we didn't put all of our product out just in case something crazy happened. And sure enough, something crazy happened. So we made sure we got here early, and man, tents destroyed. Everybody's those wheels
damaged. Oh my
we
gosh.
saw a whole wheel display got knocked over by the wind.
And you feel bad because this maybe is a little bit different of an example because I mean you're El Presidente, El Guapo of Max Bilt, and you're here at this event with the crew. Some of these other vendors that are here, I mean, they have a team that they send out to these events. This is their event team. Imagine having to be that
Making that
guy who
phone
makes to
call.
make that phone call to the boss, be like, so here's the deal.
The pictures look a little bit. Hey, where's the picture showing me that the booth's all set up?
Yeah, I want to know that we're ready for gate open there. Oh, what?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Hey, boss.
but they gave the vendors a little extra time to get set up and kind of get their lives in order. You know what? If I was in the tent business, today is my day. I was in the pop-up canopy business.
Or the weights that hold them down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody,
Maybe
we should just
we
get a
have
bunch
to
of
pivot.
5-gallon buckets and start selling concrete.
You know?
Okay,
Hey,
pre-mix.
Quikrete.
Yeah, we'll
done.
just go to Home Depot and buy a whole bunch of 5-gallon buckets and some Quikrete.
It'll be, that might not be a bad idea.
All
There's
right.
still another day to go here at Jeep
Gas
Beach.
money to get home.
Main event. But to talk about like being inside of Daytona International Speedway, Daytona 500 happens here, all the other things that happen. Like just the infield there's showers, there's stores, there's a hospital. Just to kind of put perspective on it, camping for miles it feels like. But the biggest thing to see is the embankment when they go around the turns. Yeah, I don't know if we could climb that angle. Going straight up and down, it's just insane to see it up in
Yesterday,
close.
when we were driving out, I was like, "Oh, hey, yeah, there's turn 1 or whatever," and I remember Mark was like,
Yeah,
"Where?
yeah.
What?
Wait, that's the bank?
It just looks like a concrete wall that's almost straight up in the air. But really cool to see and to see the stands and everything and all the vendors out here getting set for Jeep Beach 2023, which is about to get started. Our plan out here with the Between Two Wrenches podcast is we're gonna talk about our experiences this week, and we're gonna have some of our business partners and our brand partners on, and folks that we meet throughout the course of the day today. I know our off-road and chill crew, we ran into those guys last night. They're like, absolutely, we'd love to be on the podcast. So we'll be just kind of doing a segmented version of this from inside of the Gladiator with a bunch of different guests throughout the course of the day, and let them tell their stories. I think it'll be super fun.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
it's exciting.
So we got to go apply sunblock because we are, despite the cloud cover, you can still get sunburn here in Daytona. Found
Thanks,
that
Dad.
out.
It's a Florida thing.
It makes me want alligator tail. That's all I'm
Oh,
saying,
man.
which I'm a little disappointed we haven't had yet. But
Today's all about alligator tails for tomorrow. Today's all about the trail tail.
all about that trail tail. Live from Jeep Beach 2023, the Between Two Wrenches podcast. This feels very fitting for Jeep Beach 2023, Between Two Wrenches podcast.
Just know we ain't running out the way that we stock it. If I got
We're
it, you
back
got
inside
it.
the
If I
Gladiator.
call her, she slide and tell her to
It's
mind
Cooper,
it. Yeah, I
it's
got that shit
El
doing.
Presidente,
Then she
El
took the
Jefe,
thing off and
El
bring it
Guapo.
around. Going in,
Hola.
till
Phil
I'm
Norville.
put that 90 in
We've
the
been
hole,
joined by
I'm
a
beating
guest.
it down, I'm back in that bag again.
Another Phil.
Whoa.
Phil Squared.
I'm back in that
Phil
bag
Delgado
again.
is here on the show.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Stand back now, believers, or the rain will never come.
I'm back in that.
Philip, have you ever done a podcast in a Jeep before?
No.
First time for everything. We are here at G Beach, talking to the important people that get things done.
Well,
And Philip's that guy.
Yeah, he's definitely one of them. We were talking a little bit earlier in that last segment about people that we've known for a long time. I'm seeing lots of people throughout the years in the industry, and Phil and I just figured out, I think it was 2011 was when we first started doing business together. And you've definitely made some changes. I feel like you've been to every corner of the country since 2011 almost.
Yeah, California, Colorado, Ohio, Kentucky, now in Florida.
Yeah, that's some.
Do you have a favorite spot so far? Or you feel like this
Florida.
is your vibe? I love it
Yeah.
here.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's
bad.
amazing.
Yeah, this weather, I could take that. It's got to be a lot different because you were in Denver when you were in Colorado, right?
Yeah, about 30 minutes south of Denver.
What town is that?
Parker.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. And then what it compared to like Florida? How was California? The weather was got to be the same, right?
Weather's actually a little bit warmer here.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm on the Gulf side, which is a little bit less humid than this. So I'm on a peninsula, which gets a lot of ocean breeze, so it kicks out a lot of the overcast that you see here.
Yeah. And the water, I feel like on the Gulf side, isn't it a little clearer, more pretty?
Yeah, it's the waves are calm. It's more like a lake, But yeah,
it's the one thing I noticed about the Atlantic side is the sea is always angry over here.
Yeah.
I spent time on the Gulf Coast and down in the Keys, and I was like, man, the Atlantic side, yeah, angry seas. Do not venture out too far.
Yeah, no, I've definitely noticed that as well. So now Florida brings Tint World. What's Tint World about? What is it that what brought you there? And give me a little bit of background and why are you at Jeep Beach?
So I've known Charles, which is the CEO, for quite a while. We met each other during my Trans-American Auto Parts days. He had a dropship company, so when I held a position where I was doing the e-commerce stuff, I reached out to him and we just connected, and he's kind of seen what I've done around the country, I guess.
Which is great things.
Yeah, a lot of different positions, different states, managing teams of people, and anything from e-commerce to brick and mortar sales or events, racing industry, lots of different stuff. So,
well, I just to interject there too, placeholder on where you're at on your story, but I mean, you definitely worked from the bottom is the wrong term, but you were my sales rep on the phone. So
yeah.
I know throughout your escalation of your business acumen, you're not taking phone calls necessarily from the ones and twos mom and pop shops or the small little shops like myself, where at that time I was running all of it. I had the number of employees I had was one.
Yeah, I remember that. So yeah, it's been cool to see the growth that you've had and all your success, and the team that you guys have at Max Bilt is pretty awesome.
And the funny thing was, you made this comment, I think, Wednesday of this week. And again, we've been in Daytona Beach for the entire week. Mostly work, some play, good balance.
Yep.
But Phil he made a comment when the crew was out, like, not my circus, not my monkeys. I said, actually, it is your circus, and these are your monkeys. We are the crew of miscreants that you put together, but all for the common good.
Well, let's just keep looking for some bananas then.
Healthy. Potassium is key.
Right. Well, so Phil, you were saying, so he had caught wind and kind of had a keen eye on, watched what you've been doing around the country, and then I interrupted you.
Yeah, so I had a position, director of sales and marketing is what my previous position to this was, and I had come down to Florida and met up with him and, said I'd really be interested in moving to Florida. And he's like, well, what do you want to do? And I was like, well, I've kind of done a little bit of everything. So they had a open operations manager position, which looks at the business overall for individual shop owners, and I work with them kind of as a coach to help them succeed. And I moved to Florida.
Just like that.
Yeah, just like that. And there's a couple other things that I've been doing with Tint World, is helping them get some events going with those business owners, and that's why I'm at Jeep Beach, to check it out and see if it's a good fit for Tint World, and get involved in the Jeep community, because Tint World is very saturated in the sports car market and high-end luxury vehicles, and I think this would be a good segment. It's a big opportunity to reach out to this community and be very involved in it and support it. And that's one other section of it. And then the other section is brand management on their e-commerce platform, which isn't completely built yet, and we're working on that, and checking out new products and things to bring on to either Tint World at the retail level or through e-commerce, which it takes a lot of time to build a site and get it operational.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And make sure that the products that we have on those on that platform
are made by good hardworking quality.
Yeah.
I happen to know one. They have some great products for Jeeps. So
yeah, Max Bilt.
Shameless plug. Insert shameless plug here.
Oh man,
Yeah, I sold a lot of trail
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 tails?
tails in my past.
yes, you have.
So yeah, great product and good following, and
Yeah, it's a
you
fun.
guys do the Epic Willie's Adventure, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, that's an awesome trip coming up here. I know we got to get back from Daytona and then really buckle down on getting that organized. It's a beast of a project, but we're really looking forward to rolling that out at the Bantam Jeep Heritage Festival with our friends over there.
We've had so many people come up. We have Adam's CJ3A,
CJ3B.
53.
3A,
out here.
sorry. Yes, you were right.
See?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's how I know this, because we asked Adam just to confirm, because people will come by like, what year is this? And we want to make double, triple, quadruple make sure, because we don't want to know what we're talking about. Well, you open up Adam to talk about his Willys.
Right.
And now it was the 66 one off the lot in 53. There's been a write-up in Motor Trend. It's all the balance and of his story, but so many questions about why is this here, and then we get to talk about Epic, which again is always a fun undertaking that we will somehow figure out in 6 weeks.
I took a picture of him in a video clip that I saw on the Epic Willie's Adventure website, and he honestly looks like he's riding a quad down the road.
Yep.
He might be about my size,
He's a big man. Yeah.
but yeah, that Jeep is very small.
yeah.
So
it's
yeah,
tiny.
he looks like I have to show you it. It looks really funny.
Oh, I'm excited to see that for sure.
It's free air conditioning. It's
There.
pretty. Or they're making it, if anybody's wondering why the
Yep.
pause, they're making an announcement. It's still different here than at the mall when they're like, if you have a white Jeep.
Right. Yeah. I was
Here's
like, well,
you have to
there's
be
one
very
right
specific.
Here.
There's a white Jeep in.
I see
there's-
6 white Jeeps
Yeah.
from my vantage point
Got
tucked
to
in
be
the back of our
specific,
booth.
Mr. Announcer. You
in
have to
in
move your Jeep.
Gladiator. You-
Good luck.
You left your lights on. Well, that's
Damn.
a lot of white Jeeps here too.
Yeah, I used to go to the racetrack a lot to deliver product. The last company I was with was near a local racetrack, and we would do service to them, and I'd have to go out there sometimes, and they would always say, "I'm in the white trailer." I'm like, there's like 100 white trailers here. Be more
A little more
specific.
specific. What flag do you have above the trailer to reel me in? So, what do you like, Phil, about Jeep Beach? This opportunity, just being able to do some networking and see all the people out here. There's just so much to absorb.
It's a sea of people.
Yeah, iconically on the infield of where they host the Daytona 500.
Yeah, it's honestly one of those events that you have to probably do a few times to fully understand it and do it all. I mean, it's so big. I mean, there's over 200 vendors here. The whole week is filled with events. So I can imagine being out here all week.
It's great.
Let me tell you a story.
Like you guys.
We're
and
fine.
driving back and forth. Oh wait, you guys are like
Yeah,
you guys are like on that level now. You guys just fly in and out.
Yeah, we try to not talk about it too much because the people that had to drive are still here too.
But to be fair, they do get to spend an additional day
Yeah,
in Florida.
Right.
And then they get to travel across this beautiful country of ours.
I know.
That's hashtag
Think of the
blessings.
experiences.
All the
that,
food they get to experience.
I know, like get some
There's a
culture.
flyover.
A little culture.
That's cool. See them?
Oh
There's
yeah, I
airplanes.
see that.
Philip, you might be able to see it in a second or two when they get further
As
down.
they come down.
But what were we just? Oh yeah, that's right.
The
It was
vibes of
No, it's
Beach.
I had something I was going to say and I forgot. Well,
The
yeah.
culture is definitely different than the rest of the country.
Yeah.
So I've done Bantam a few times. Did the Jeep Jamboree when 4-wheel drive hardware was around a few times.
I remember that one.
Yeah, or do you?
Well,
Yeah, I've done that. Done those a couple times. Done the Truck and Jeep Fest with 4-wheel parts a few times around the country and in
Easter
Hawaii.
Jeep.
So Easter Jeep I've done once.
really?
I've only done that once.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I was
and it
just-
snowed and everybody left. it was horrible.
It's weird. I was just about to be like, yeah, that's Moab, EJS. That's where the hardcore Jeepers are. It snowed and they left.
Yeah. We were still
true.
there.
We should have a Jeep event in Wisconsin because we'd be like, this is Tuesday.
Right.
Tomorrow it's going to be something
A
different.
snow bashing event.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing about Jeep Beach. you don't think Jeep. I mean, well, one of the things that got me into Jeeps early on was just the no top, jamming out to tunes, cruising,
freedom.
So there's like, what better place than Florida to be able to do that? But like, there's no wheeling. There's no. It's wild that it's blown up in the last 20 years to have such a following and it be such a big event that it's on so many major manufacturers' maps to make sure that, well, we got to do Moab, we got to do SEMA, we got to do Jeep Beach. It's like we're.
Yeah, I feel like that's the order of things in the world, just because of how large this is and what a destination it becomes too. Because for the average Jeeper, like this can double as your family vacation. You know, like, oh, we're going to go down to Daytona for the week, take in the Jeep sights and sounds, and come to the main event here at the Speedway, but also be able to have some beach time or go, scavenger hunt for manatees, whatever you're into.
You could definitely you could fulfill your entire family's dream vacation. Whoever's into the Jeep, they get to get their Jeep fix. Who doesn't like the beach? It's kind of nice. I like it.
Do you like the beach? The ocean is my friend.
Yeah, I don't know about manatees on this side. More like sharks.
Yeah, I haven't. I guess I
don't know.
We went on a manatee tour yesterday.
Did they have them?
No.
Well, no, and it was we just said, hey, we're looking for manatees. Oh. And we just went and tried appetizers and signature drinks at like 3 or 4 different harbor bar
Yeah, it was really an excuse just to drink and eat on the water.
The dock and dine atmosphere in Florida, they have it on lock.
Oh, yeah, man. It was awesome. We went,
shout out to
California's ass.
Yeah, went to, Well, yeah, and it definitely feels slower and more comfortable here at those places.
Yeah, there was a sign, Hidden Treasures, the first place we went to on the Ponce Inlet.
Yep.
That's where we were. There's a sign out front that says there's no wait for your table, but if you're here to eat food fast, this is not the place.
Right.
They're going to take their time. They did.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Which is good. You get a chance to
We got to
absorb
sit on
it.
a boat.
We did get to sit on
nice.
a boat.
Yeah, it was like
which
they
was
dry
pretty rad.
docked an old fishing boat, and they put some tables on there, and it was not every day you get to eat.
Yeah,
and have people serve
we're on
you
a boat.
drinks
Yeah,
on a
we felt
boat.
very VIP. Then Off the Hook was the second place we went, and same thing. I mean, big open area. It looks like they have live music there on the weekend. Like, how cool of a vibe is that?
Right.
To be able to sit on the ocean and listen to live music and have some fruity beverages, like some Papa's Pilar pina coladas, which were
Are
delicious.
you just trying to do shameless plugs?
Maybe they'll send us some rum. It's one of my favorite places. Hemingway was a huge rum guy.
Right.
So I'm just shamelessly plugging that.
Yeah, I don't know if they have them on this side, but over where I'm at, there's a couple pirate ships that you can go on, like Sunset and eat dinner
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
on a pirate ship.
We saw
It's
one.
not like a real pirate ship. It's got like motor power, but it's still like themed. They're dressed up like pirates. I mean, it could be kind of cheesy, but
I think it's great.
Yeah, there was one in the park across the street from Hidden Treasures, but it was actually just a child's jungle gym.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I tried to commandeer it. The children were not having it. They were like, no, there's
you're
a
gonna get
mutiny.
arrested, Cooper.
Also, they don't get my pirate jokes,
Right.
which is fine.
Yeah, we spent our bail money on other things.
Whoops.
Florida. It's a Florida thing.
So what's the rest of the year look like for you, Phil? We'll get you out of here with that question. What is forecasting 2023?
sure. So next month I go to Long Beach for Electrify Expo. It's another event we're going to do in Long Beach. We're also doing it in Miami. And then I have the Petit Le Mans, which is in Atlanta, which is an IMSA racing event. We also did the 12 hours of Sebring this year, so getting into being at those events as well.
Cool.
So anything from, jeeping, racing, electric vehicles,
If it's got wheels.
if it's got wheels, Tint World's going to be able to do something to it, either wrap it, PPF it,
Right.
ceramic coating, wheels, tires, leveling kits, lift kits.
Trail tails. Yeah.
Trail
Yeah,
tails.
that makes sense to me.
Well, I appreciate it.
All
Phil.
the
You know
trail
who's
tails.
from Long Beach? You know who's from Long Beach?
Who?
Me?
Snoop.
Yeah, Snoop.
The
It's funny
SNOOP.
because I used to live in Long Beach and work in Compton. People looked at me weird when I tell them that.
Hey, wait a minute. Were you a part of Dre's crew back in the day? Were you a part of the original Chronic?
Yeah, there were some sketchy areas, but we stayed away from there. We had a gate around it.
Safety
That's
first.
awesome.
Safety first.
Well, perfect. Well, I'm excited to see the successes that you're going to bring to Tint World and see that its growth over in the future. And appreciate you hopping into the back of this little Gladiator and jamming with us.
Sounds good.
Phil Delgado, the Between Two Wrenches podcast, live from Jeep Beach edition.
Don't run into the cops, that's the motto. I don't see it coming to an end like Delgado.